I posted an Instagram reel recently of me doing this pulling exercise with the title Power Punch Training. And one of the first comments underneath there was, why are you doing a pulling exercise for punch power? Doesn't make sense. And before you click off the video, this video isn't about whipping punches instead of pressing them like a bodybuilder, like I've said in loads of other videos. It's actually about how you use the myofascial chains in your back to pull your punches, your rear hand punches in particular, round like how you pull back an elastic band and release it to generate force. To understand what I mean by pulling your punches, we need to understand three things first. First, we need to understand what fascia is. Then we need to understand what the spiral line is. Then we need to understand what stretch shortening cycles are. So fascia is this connective tissue. It's kind of like a skin that goes across all of the muscles in your body and connects chains of muscles together to allow for more efficient movement. You got 5 of them, but we're going to talk about one of them, which is the spiral line, which spirals up around your legs and goes across your body, connecting your adductors to your shoulders, and also across your back, connecting your lats to your glutes, right? Opposing lats to opposing glutes. But we're most interested, for this video at least, in the ones at the back, right? The ones that connect your lat to your glute, okay? Because this is a stretch and a shortening cycle, which happens when you throw punches or when you pull rear punches round, as opposed to any other way that you think rear hand punches are thrown. Now, fascia is elastic, meaning that it has an elastic recoil. Like if you stretched an elastic band and you let go of it, it would generate a bunch of force in the opposite direction. Okay, it's exactly the same with your fascia. When it's stretched, right, particularly when it's stretched quickly, if it stretched slowly and stays there, it doesn't really generate any force back the other way. But if it's stretched quickly, it has like this recoil effect. And this is the amortization phase of a stretch shortening cycle, which just means the phase in between the stretch and the shortening of the muscles. Okay, so if I go to throw a rear hand punch, I drive from the hips first, right, and that creates a stretch going across my back. So if I turn my hips, there's a stretch from this lat here down to this rear glute. And that stretch is a stretch of your posterior oblique sling, which is the chain of fascia which plays a biggest role in your rear hand punches and the twisting of your hips and your upper body. When your hips drive first, the stretch is created. When the stretch is created, then there's elastic potential energy in that fascia, and that fascia is what catapults your shoulders around to catch up with your hips. So as your hips go first, your shoulders catch up. Obviously, I'm exaggerating it so you can see, but that's basically what's happening when you throw rear hand punches. And that's what I mean by pulling your body around. You're pulling on that lead lat with your rear glute. Right? And if you can understand this, then this means that you'll be able to better feel what your body's doing, and you'll actually be able to punch way harder. So if you're just watching this video sat down or lying down in your bed, then get up and do this, right? Turn your hips first, then turn your upper body, and then speed up doing that. So they go closer together, and there's a quicker time period in between the stretch and the shortening. The stretch here and the shortening here. Right, that time period needs to be as small as possible. That amortization phase, that's basically just a fancy way of saying the time it takes between the stretch and the shortening. The smaller that amount of time is, the more stiff and healthy your fascia is, which that's a good thing. That means that they've got more of an elastic recoil, so that you can have more rotational force put into your punch, which is only a good thing. Now, to train this area, you would have seen right at the start of the video, you want to do twists that are engaging this section of your body. So anything where I'm stretching here and I'm shortening that stretch, if I'm pulling something this way, particularly in more of a diagonal direction, where there's a stretch from the lat down to the glute in a diagonal direction, and then I'm shortening it this way, anything like that is what's going to be able to pull our body round and catapult the arm faster towards the target. So basically the whole point of this video is for me to educate you on what's actually happening when you throw rear hand punches, how to train it, any sort of pulling exercise like that. You can use resistance bands or weights or whatever sort of resistance. And hopefully now you actually understand that, you'll be able to feel it more, what your body's doing. You'll be able to feel what your body's doing more so that you can actually end up just punching harder. Just this understanding has helped me punch a whole lot harder. So I hope it does the same for you. And if you're interested, going way more in depth on the S&C and fascia side of things and how to train all of those, well, in particular, 2 main chains of fascia, myofascial chains that run through your body that contribute to boxing, then go watch this video that's on the screen somewhere about S&C for boxers and fascia. Awesome, sawsome.